Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and I am super duper duper excited to bring you a book haul video. And it's going to be some books that I've got from Books A Million and Amazon in the past couple months that I think that you guys may like. I have not read them yet, but I've seen the reviews and things like that, and they look like they're going to be pretty great. So we're just going to do a little book haul, and hopefully if you all like this, I'll do some more later on down the road. Excuse the mess, but I am 100% a mess, and it's hot, so I'm not going to make myself look nice for everything to just melt off of me. So let's go with the first book. So this one I've seen people talk about. I've got them behind me, so I'm going to bring them up here. Get Out of Your Head by Jennie Allen. So this one I'm really excited to read because I need to get out of my head. And so basically I'll kind of read you like the little summary thingy that's in here that, you know what, my English teacher would be very upset with me that I didn't remember what it's called, but I'm sorry. I've got a lot of things that got put back in a file that I can't find anymore to make room in my brain's hard drive for all the stuff that I had to learn to take my BTNE. So it's kind of gone now, but it's fine. Everything's fine. It's fine. We're just going to read it. It's a little summary on what the book's about. It says, how we think shapes how we live. The greatest spiritual battle of our generation is taking place between our ears. Again and again, we allow false thoughts about who we are to influence our thoughts about who God is and how He is at work in our lives. But we have the opportunity to stop our spinning minds and escape toxic thinking patterns. And Get Out of Your Head, Jennie Allen helps you to transform your life by renewing your mind as she explores how what you believe about God shapes how you think of yourself, the negative thought patterns that are keeping you stuck, how to hold space for silence and community and why they matter, the science behind why your thoughts can change your life, your God-given power to confront and overcome your fears. When you reclaim your thinking patterns from the lies of the enemy, you are set free. You are set free to set others free. In a very real way, your thoughts can change the world. So join Jennie in the battle and step boldly into freedom. Change is possible. You can live free. So this one I did get from Books A Million. It was actually it says it's $23.99, but I don't think I actually paid that much for it. I'm pretty sure that I got it in a like buy something get something free deal or something like that. But anyways, I'm really excited to read this one because I know I need it. I definitely need it. I don't know who else needs it, but I know that I do. Yeah. So Get Out of Your Head. It's going to be one of my next books I read. And then I will do like a review on it when I'm done. And then I'm actually going to film a review on another book that I've read too. So there's that one. And then this one's a dual pair, books-wise. So it's by Sadie Robertson, Huff. It's Who Are You Following? And I have the guided journal and the book that she wrote. So I got this because I had seen her posted on Instagram, like because I follow her. And this was probably back, like, I'd say back in February when I really started my journey even farther and deeper with God. It says, follow Jesus, no filter required. Do you remember when the influencers on Instagram became your role models? Probably not. Most of us don't think of those we follow on social media as our mentors. But when we take an honest look at our clicks and swipes, we realize that people we've never really met have a lot of influence on us. One that might not be exactly life-giving. Best-selling author Sadie Robertson Huff has wrestled with the good and the bad of social media herself. And in Who Are You Following, she explains how to be intentional about what you're looking for so you can be intentional about who you follow. Live from a place of God's security rather than the world's anxiety. How to become healthier by choosing who you follow on social media. Protect your heart and mind from messages that you don't need. Who Are You Following brings us back to the Bible so we can find hope in a chaotic culture, truth in the midst of deceptive media, and happiness in a world that keeps letting us down. Discover the uncompromising life of faith you long for as you follow Jesus just as you are. So yeah, I'm kind of excited to read this one because I know it's something else that I struggle with too. I have went on an unfollow spree of people that just hurt my spirit, hurt my ways of thinking about myself and stuff like that because of either one, how they look or how they talk about other people or talk about things that I may like or that I agree with and that they don't agree with, and they basically call me an idiot, and I know that I'm not an idiot, and even though it makes my self-worth feel less just because I believe those ways, and I don't need to believe those ways, but I feel like this is going to be a good one. And then this is the guided journal. So basically, it basically has the same summary on it, except when you get in here, it's got like a little introduction. Let me find the page that I saw the other day. There's little journal prompts in here. It's got little questions you can journal through, and I'll like pick one of the first ones here. Let's see, this one. Oh, that's a really beautiful picture. Anyways, so there's questions like, who do you follow who builds you up and encourages you? Make a list of those that you think are good influences. So like if you're going through your social media, or like even just sitting here thinking about certain ones that make you feel good, like you would write them down and like the little prompts here and stuff like that. And it kind of guides you through like you knowing who makes you feel good and who doesn't make you feel good and that kind of thing, which I thought was really neat and awesome of Sadie to do, which I mean, she's a pretty cool person anyways. But the next couple, which you all may laugh at me about, or you may not, but I love me some Matt Walsh watching on YouTube. And Church of Cowards is one that I didn't know was out. I just like watched him a lot on YouTube, and then I saw Matt Walsh, and I'm like, he wrote a book. I knew there was like a children's book, but that he had wrote. But good old Matt Walsh, Church of Cowards. It says Christians in the Middle East and much of Asia and Africa are still being martyred for their faith, but how many American Christians are willing to lay down their smartphones, let alone their lives, for their faith? The lives that American Christians lead aren't much different from those of their atheist neighbors, and their knowledge of theology isn't much better either. True. A lot of people's are not. Matt Walsh of the Daily Wire exposes the pitiful state of Christianity in America today, lays out the stakes for us, our families, and our eternal salvation, invites us to a faith that's a lot less easy and comfortable, but that's more real and actually worth something. The spiritual junk food we're stuffing ourselves with will never satisfy us. As St. Augustine said over a millennium ago, our hearts are restless until they rest in Him. Only God Himself can make our lives anything but ultimately meaningless and empty, and we will never get anywhere near Him if we refuse to take up our cross and follow Jesus. The rousing call to the real adventure of a living faith is a wake-up call to complacent Christians and a rallying cry for anyone dissatisfied with lukewarm faith. And I'm really excited to read this one. So I've been on on my own personal mission of not being a coward Christian and talking about things that are uncomfortable and things that are not politically correct and voicing my opinion, because there will come a day that I know us as Christians, we will be martyred for our beliefs. I know we live in America and a lot of people think that will never happen. When you think something like that, it'll happen. It'll eventually happen. And I'm going to stand up for my beliefs. And I'm trying to get in the Word, stay in the Word, and build my relationship with God so that I can do this for His glory, not, just for my own, being like, oh, I died for my religion and blah, blah, blah. And there's some people that would just do it and be fake. No, I'm going to stand up for my principles. And it kind of talks about this, and this one's called Church of Cowards. And it says a wake-up call to complacent Christians, because we should not be complacent to politically correct things. All right, so the next one, I heard of this one, and I'm hoping it's really good. I feel like it's going to be really good. Honestly, I really do think it's going to be good. So this one is God and Cancel Culture. So it's by Stephen Strange, and then the foreword was by Mike Lindell, who he's like the My Pillow guy, who got into like some major things in the past couple years just for speaking up and speaking the truth. And I'll read the internal part here for you guys. So, where is God in all of this? Things are chaotic in America. Liberal policies are advancing. A rash of executive orders appears to be moving the nation closer to socialism and a one-world government. And conservatives, including many Christians, are being censored as never before. There's even a term, cancel culture, that 64% of Americans believe poses a threat to their freedom, according to a Harvard Capps and Harris poll. The term applies to all conservatives who oppose the politically correct crowd, but it's also part of a bigger effort to cancel Christianity and those who espouse biblical principles. It also seems at the beginning of the end and the Antichrist will appear at any time. God and Cancel Culture presents both an in-depth and far-reaching analysis in this increasing trend. With the insight of a seasoned journalist and the heart of a longtime follower of Christ, Stephen E. Strang explains how and why believers must fight back against cancel culture, the gifts God has given us to stand up for our principles and refuse to accept the politically correct standards of the increasingly destructive left, the often hidden but real dangers of communism, and how our society is unwittingly ceding cultural and political territory to socialist regimes. This book is filled with true life stories and how cancel culture impinges on our God-given rights and threatens the very foundations of life and faith. It will inform you of the truth behind secular news stories and equip you to take back the future with the confidence that comes from faith in a God who works all things together for good. And it's got like different people saying different stuff about the book on the back. But I am kind of excited for this because a lot of cancel culture is people who believe in God. I have noticed that. And I mean, there's some other things. And there's some extreme crazies that are cancel culture too. But that was the other one. And then I just want to show you guys a really cool journal that I got. So I'm excited to read all of these books, if you can't tell. It's got the bargain price on it. It's fine. I paid almost $7 for it, okay? It's a Starry Night journal. And it's got a little magnetic thingy. And it got the cool little things to write in. It's going to be my next prayer journal. Anyways, those are the books I have lined up to read. So I'll do a review on those. And I will see you guys in the next video. So please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I will link the books below on Amazon. And if I find them still in Books A Million, I'll see if I can link those too. So thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great, wonderful morning, evening, afternoon, or night, whatever time of the day is you're watching this, and stay tuned for some more videos.